Okay. All right. Let me close some of these out. Okay. Now, everyone, at least if you're in Beat Life or you are part of the Creatorpreneur Camp, which is our place where we do our training, right? You should have did your purpose life audit. Now, y'all know where I usually say we gonna go a little slower. If you didn't do it, that's not gonna happen tonight. I just want to go ahead and let y'all know. If you didn't do your audit, I sent it out. You need to learn how to check your email. You need to learn how to look at your messages. You need to learn how to respond to the stuff I send you. Because if you didn't, you're gonna have to do it after class. Of course, if you are in the Creatorpreneur Camp, we will have this as a replay. Of course, I'm finna drop the link for you to do it. Technically, you cannot do it. Also, usually how I say do this and you can do this in class with me. I do not want you to do this in class with me. I want you to more rather take notes. Hold on, that's the wrong link I just dropped. I was supposed to drop the purpose audit link. You can take this link and remember, some of y'all, I seen one of y'all here today. You've been here a long time and you still did this. When you click on the dot link, okay, you need to press file, make copy if you're on your computer, or you go press share and export, make copy if you're on your phone. Okay. That is how you get your copy of this guide. Now, once again, my bad, Sinead. Once again, do not try to do this while you're here because you're not gonna focus on it. Everybody got me? Everybody ain't got to say got me, but somebody confirm that you understand for the class. Do not do this while you're here because you're gonna mess it up. You can take notes on what I finna say while I'm here, but do not try to do it while you're here. This is really great for you to do by yourself when you got time to think and you got time to really listen. Especially, you need to use chat. I like the voice mode option because it really, when you hear a voice, period, even AI tell it to you, it's a couple people in here testifying to it already. It hit different, didn't it, y'all? How many of y'all you got to the report of the audit and that thing hit different for you? It's done and the outcome was amazing. Love it, Javon. Jasmine says she cried a little bit. Brianna said me. Let me ask y'all this. For some of y'all, was it the fact that you never put your story together like that? I think that, and I really think that was the biggest piece. And we working on. I gotta talk to Dean. I'm pretty sure I want him next week if he's available. I'm gonna get with him to do storytelling in next week's class and talk about your story. So Dean, get ready. Hopefully it'll fit your timeline. Me and Shanae, we gonna be communicating with you on that. But yeah, but that was it. Y'all had never put your story together like that. Okay. So everybody get ready to take notes because I'm gonna kind of go through the guidance of this again. So I'm gonna speak it, I'm gonna teach it. And this is gonna set the foundation because each week we coming back at y'all with a deeper part. Do we submit the doc somewhere? No, you can share it to me if you just want me to see it, but it's really for you. And let me tell y'all something, because the thing I got to teach that I haven't spoken on, but we gonna speak on now, is how to build from your report. Okay, so we are gonna be going really in depth with that. But for y'all who here to catch up, I'm finna start from the beginning. So take notes. Okay, so just take notes, take notes, take notes. Because some of y'all, you like, I'm completely oblivious to what you're talking about. I know. I know. So take notes. Okay. Y'all ready? Somebody confirm that the class is ready for me in the chat and we go start. And remember, this is about your purpose, but we're going to work this purpose. We're going to show you how to find your purpose, how to cultivate that into self-development, and then how to build businesses from it. So you can start drawing what is near to your purpose, what is demanded of your purpose, and you can stop chasing money because that ain't going to solve your problems. You just gonna be a richer version of whatever you already is. So we gonna help you tonight, okay? Let me do my backup recording. Okay. So y'all, I'm gonna share my screen in a second to show you the purpose audit, but I first want to break down purpose, okay? And I want somebody to help track this with me in the chat for our visual people, okay? So your purpose is a collection of four sides, right? This is just the first early part of this. We go deeper. It's really 4 points. Listen, your story. So your purpose breaks down into your story. Then it goes into your talent. Then it goes into your pain, and then it goes into your passion. Okay, let me show you how these things come together in your life. Okay, in your life, there's 4 to 5 points where your talent shined. I'm gonna say that again. In your life, there's 4 to 5 points where your talent shined. When you do your purpose audit, you're gonna write down these 4 to 5 points. When are times that my purpose, when are times that in my story, when are times that my talent shined, and listen, you can't discount this part. So pay close attention, that it impacted other people. Okay. I truly 100 taking it in with you. I truly 110,000% believe that without a shadow of a doubt, that how God blesses us is what we do for other people. Okay? So we're going to get biblical, real strong in a second. Somebody say, okay, man, you got to biblically back that up. Let me prove it to you. Everybody in the Bible did something that caused God to be proud of them. Somebody say, okay, man, prove that real quick. God called Moses and he called him to do something. Now, as pleased as God was with Moses, he didn't get to go into the promised land, but he obviously still got into heaven because Jesus said he seen Moses when he went to go pray. Okay. So hard example, but we go break that down. We go use Moses for another one. But every other character in the Bible, even Jesus, God used Jesus to do something for what? People. He used Paul to do something for what? People. Okay. So you have an impact on people. This is why you can't range who you are or your purpose on money. You can't range it on business. Your business is a vehicle for your purpose. It is not your purpose. Okay. It is a vehicle for your purpose, meaning it takes your purpose to a place. You can put your purpose in that SUV and then take it where it got to be. Okay. But your story, once again, breaks down your purpose because there's points in your life where your talent shined. And when your talent shined, people were impacted. Y'all follow me? I'm throughout this, I'm going to use my own story as an example. Okay. So I got different points and we go break these down. All of this is what I put in the chat. You get what I'm saying? So I am what you call a spiritual farmer. You get what I'm saying? What God uses me for is to sow, grow, and harvest. So I'm gifted to start things. I'm gifted to grow things. I'm gifted to put that thing into the ground. Y'all got me? I can put it in there. I can plow. I can sow. I can wait through the rain. Listen, I can harvest. Now, somebody be saying, Matt, that's dope, but how did you figure that out? The 4 or 5 points in my life, I always started something, and then something happened from it. Let me paint the picture. My mama got saved because of me. So what I did was I plowed the ground and sowed the seed. When I was a kid, I don't remember going to church once. I went by my mama's bedside and asked her every single week. Every single week. I don't know why I did it. I just did it. I asked her, could we go to church? She reminded me that I was the reason why she got saved. Because what happened was she told me, she said, I would have never went to church and gave my life to Christ if you never would have kept asking me to go. Okay. So that's point number one. Okay. I did something. It impacted people in my life. Okay. Next is when I played ball. Okay. I wasn't ranked in the state to start with. I played with some cats that were ranked in the state. I got a trainer. I started working harder, put my all into it. End up becoming one of the leaders of our team. Some of the cats that still closest with me to this day tell me they got close to me and they learned how to believe. They learned how to believe more in themselves. They learned how to turn up because of the leader that I became to our team. You get what I'm saying? I was a great leader. Okay. Time number two. So I started something. I went first. I sowed, I growed, I harvested. You get what I'm saying? So we had these dominant teams that I was one of the major leaders in. Okay. Listen, my third one was in ministry. I wasn't the best. I wasn't in the front, but I motivated everybody. So when everybody had a bigger platform than me, I went and worked. So I fed the homeless in my city, which ended up changing in a way kind of how we looked at homelessness in a lot of people's eyes in my city. You get what I'm saying? Because every weekend I did this thing called Feeding 5,000 while I went and fed the homeless. What did I do? I sowed, grow, and harvest. That place is I helped highlight that place through social media. You get what I'm saying? Which is still a big place to this day. Y'all get what I'm saying? So guess what that was? I sow, I grow, I harvest. You know what I'm saying? I had a mentorship with young kids, same thing. So I did something people was impacted. Wildest career was the same way. Y'all know that story. I rose up real quick through the ranks of my wildest career, right? But what did I do? I sowed, I grew. Listen, so I end up being just about the doggone leader of the business. You get what I'm saying? I was the motivator. So my talent for speaking, my talent for being able to go first, my talent of being analytical, my talent of creating content, I used in just about all those areas of my life. So I know my talents. I know I'm really great at creating content. I'm a very visual person. Okay. So that's a talent, but that's not my purpose. Okay. Listen, another talent. I'm great as a speaker. That's a talent, but that's not my purpose. You get what I'm saying? I can go through things. You can put me through stuff and I can come out through the other side. That's why I'm so good at being a farmer, is because I can stay in the rain. Come on, somebody. Missy, can you stay in the rain? Call me and find out. You get what I'm saying? I've always been challenged. I've always came out on the other side of the challenge. Listen, guess what? That's a talent, but that's not my purpose. So these talents added to stories of my purpose. So my purpose is, in my obedience to God, is to create harvest. Where there's a drought, you can send me. So I'm assigned to dark places because I bring light. I'm assigned to places that have little or nothing. I'm assigned to people who have little hope. I'm assigned to people. Come on, somebody. And somebody, once again, somebody say, how you figure this out? Write your 4 points, match your talents up with them, but how did the people get impacted? This is what you need to know. How was people impacted? Okay. Now, next to that is your pain and your passion. Okay. Your pain and your passion. Okay. So in your pain and your passion, these two match. Okay. And they match your story and they match your talents a little bit too. So, like for me, for instance, my clear pain and passion are the things that are always with me one way or another. I love this. So since I love this, I hate this. You got to be careful with listing your pains, because your pain is not always situational, at least not one time. Okay, I'm gonna say that again so y'all can catch it. Your pain is not always a one-time situation. Your pain comes back in your life as a challenge multiple times. For me, my passion is seeing people grow in the harvest. So my pain is drought. Anybody catching it? And my talent is in the middle of that. So my talent, it gives me this strong ability to make money any type of way. I can make provisions. I can create stuff. And that stuff always can turn into money. So people get blessed. But also in my life, I have a very strong relationship with people not getting blessed. So my pain is the lack in my life, the suffering, which in my life, stewardship has always been a challenge for me. Because on the passion side, that's making money. On the pain side, it's not getting, there's when you don't have the money. Y'all understand? Now, I want all of y'all to make sure you know this, and I don't want you to relate it necessarily to money unless there's a clear evidence of money. Okay? Even this year, some of y'all know my story this year, right? Like with all the great that we have did, what has been my pain and my, ooh, this is good, big like people. What has been my pain and my passion? My passion has been that I've helped so many of y'all, so many people make money. But y'all can see my pain too, because guess what? There's groups of people who ain't here no more because we lost our relationships together. Y'all see that? So where I gained hundreds of y'all seen it. What has been the pain? It's always, the pain always lives there with your passion. So with all them people that I gained, I lost a lot of people too. People closest to me. People I had made hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. They ain't close to me no more. Why? This matches. You will not be without the pain like you are without the passion. None of us avoid the suffering. Now, this is what I want to help y'all with right here, though. And we're going to move to the next part. In your talent, so we've discovered you got your story, right? Which is where you can see where you help people. And then you have your talents. You got your pain and you got your passion, right? Now I got to tell y'all about the villain. Your villain is the thing that happens to you that comes to steal the story. Some of y'all live in your villain era right now. Your villain is like the Joker in the last set of Batman movies we had. Anybody remember that in Dark Knight Rises? How the Joker became, Heath Ledger was a bigger character than Christian Bale's Batman? Why? He stole the story. He stole the story. He was such a villain. The story started falling in love with him. He started to sound right. You get what I'm saying? So here's how some of y'all villains sound. Your villain is the thing that keeps being repeated in your ear that makes you stop. These folk don't love me. Don't nobody love me. I always got to work harder than everybody else. Ain't nobody go give me nothing. I'm the black sheep of my family. These are villains, y'all. The villain comes to steal your story to make you look like a victim instead of a victor. The villain justifies you being negative. The villain justifies your lack of hope because it says, because this happened to you, you can't do this. So it's manipulative. It twists the truth. It'll tell you it's reality. It'll tell you that this is what's real. You ain't gonna never win. You ain't gonna never be happy. You ain't gonna never be up. You ain't gonna never make that money. It plays on you. It plays on things that you know that's true. Why? It wants to change the perspective. That's what a villain does. Thanos is a villain. What did Thanos do? He was there to change the narrative. Thanos said this world, this universe is so bad it need to be cleansed. So if I delete half the people in the earth, people will be more grateful. Started to sound like it made sense. Problem was he ain't God. So now we can't say that that's true. Why? That ain't word. That ain't Bible. Now that's not what they said in the movie. But you can't just kill people to try to make people happier. So you got to know what's the villain in your life. What is the thing that you tell yourself that the villain whispers in your ear that is villain, that is, and hey, here's how you know what your villain is. It's victim-minded related. It's not, it's victim-minded related. It's not victor. How you can always delete your villain is your story. My villain tells me that my villain, like here recently, my villain told me, God done forsook you. You did something wrong and you don't know what you did wrong because you're being punished. Because when bad things happen to you, that's punishment. You know what that come from? The villain in my life have always made me remember when people have told me that I don't deserve something. So what he does, he tries to get me in my feelings. And he tries to get me blinded by vengeance. But when I realized that you're lying, why? Because every single thing that people told me that I couldn't do, I did. The only record that you're trying to bring against me is the stuff I ain't done yet. Come on, somebody. The record you trying to bring against me is the stuff that I ain't done yet. So don't get it twisted. I ain't perfect, but I ain't dead neither. Come on, somebody. Oh, you talking about that stuff I ain't done yet. That's victory mindset. You suck at this. You almost ruined your life doing this. I did, but I ain't done it yet. Come on, somebody. Because the victim villain comes to say, listen, I don't want Matt to get, I don't want Javon, I don't want Jamia, I don't want Marquisha to go to the next level. Because if I lie to them and tell them, hey, you've been trying to build that business. Your post ain't went viral yet. You've been trying to build that business. You ain't made no money. Hold on, yet. I hear you talking about what went wrong. I hear you discouraged about what went wrong. I hear you disappointed in me. Well, whoop they do. Disappoint them. You're gonna be more disappointed when I do what my history shows, which is what my history shows. I've always figured it out. My history shows I did build a business in the closet. Then I go through pain getting there. You doggone skip it, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, my history shows I did have a conference 3 years in a row. Like it or not, I did it. Back to back to back. Did one in a hurricane, did one when folks weren't happy, did one when I thought I couldn't do it. I still did it. I know you know my history, but if you know my history so well, if you know my history so well, you would call me an overcomer. If you know my history so well, you would call me, listen, the chain breaker. If you knew my history so well, you would call me, listen, if the boy ain't there, I guarantee you he on the way. If you want to end this, you should have killed me. But because God left me alive, what you got coming is what I ain't did yet. That's your victory mindset. Your lack of hope mindset say, be afraid. Don't do it. We always fail. The devil is a lie. I got 99 losses, but did you see that win that overtook all of those? I made more money than I done lost. Y'all heard me? When I think about myself today, when I had to shake loose from September, I said, it's okay, God. Listen, having a bad month. Listen, January through August, you couldn't stop me. You couldn't shake a stick at me. So what's a bad month? Whoop-de-do. We'll be back. And if I don't, let's see how deep the bottom is. Because last I heard, God will be down there with me on that too. I don't control that. What I can control is getting up and walking in obedience every day. What do I think God want me to do? What do I know? My mentors, my coaches, that I pay money for this. After you pay that money, do what I told you to do. Wait, whether it work or don't work, guess who fault it ain't gonna be? It ain't gonna be mine. I done checked all them boxes. If I go down, I'm not going with regret. If I can help it, I'm not going with regret. The villain comes to tell you it's not possible. The villain comes to tell you you need to settle. The villain comes to tell you you need to be like the people you watching. The villain comes to tell you that it's never gonna happen for you. And what you gotta understand is your villain knows your story. That's why it sounds so real. Is that why it sounds so real? He's telling it to you, but he's telling you off your story. Like Jesus on the mountain. When the devil coming up spitting scripture to him. But he telling it to him wrong. Hey man, you should throw yourself out that mountain because God said he gonna always be with you and protect you. He ain't tell me to be stupid though. God have always protected me, but I ain't gonna try. you don't think I'm stupid. The villain knows your story. So you can't be a person that walk around and don't know your story. You can't be a person that walks around and don't know your talents. You can't be a person that walks around and don't know your pain, your passion. Because sometimes the villain, what he's preying on is your pain. But baby, God gave me a passion right across from that. And then he gave me talents. And my talents got history in my story. And therefore, I know and I work and I walk out my purpose. And I place it in vehicles, which is in my business. Okay? I place it in vehicles. In each of my businesses, my purpose is placed in there. And you get to see it. When I started Matt from Mississippi, I started it because I missed Mississippi. I started it, and listen, I did make money from the TikTok Creator Fund. I did make money from people buying merch. I did make money from collabs. But what happened, the impact was people who missed home felt like it was okay to leave again. People who needed hope to go do something else, to know that you could be from the worst state in America and you could still be somebody. My pain in that was, y'all, people have laughed at me. Y'all love me. But in Mississippi, they thought this stuff was stupid. They thought, Matt the big dreamer. Now these niggas got bigger dreams. Excuse me. Now they got bigger dreams than me because I got more manifestations than I got dreams. And I ain't done yet. Let me say something to y'all. Stop being embarrassed or scared for people to see your downfall. And then at the same time, you got this poor relationship with people being able to see your success. You finna see something. And if you seen when I went down, you definitely finna see when I came up. Since y'all want to care about what them folks think so much. I know so many people scared of them folks in Mississippi. I ain't scared of none of them. I'm one of y'all. Y'all knew me when I wasn't making it. Now I'm out here. If I fail at this, I still went farther than y'all. If I ever have to go back, guess what? What? At least I'm the fish that jumped out the pond. Your dream's still in your notebook. You need to come over here and try to figure out what I did right and wrong. Maybe you can shake something loose. Maybe you can break a generational curse. You heard? Stop being afraid of them folk. Some of us, we got lack of hope because of what these folks said. These folk don't even care about you. These folk, hey, somebody say, how did you stay motivated? They build it. I made money and he still don't believe in me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I gotta work this purpose. Then start working it. I realized my purpose wasn't for my family. Why God got to make me a better human being because that's for the family. That's for me first and him first, me second. But they can get the overflow of that. But I done learned your purpose is for some other people somewhere who been called because of your story. Y'all understand? Stop making role players main characters. I don't went off on I got to get back focused. But I'm gonna say that one more time. Y'all stop making these role players main characters. Some of these folks ain't main characters in your life. They role players. Now I ain't saying don't do right by people. I'm saying do right by people. But I'm also telling you that listen, God reminded me the other day, I was discouraged by something. And you know what got my spirit back right? God said, I told you that you got to leave child, wife, husband, listen, son, boy, and girl to follow me. You thought I wasn't going to test that? Well, you thought what you had was some knick-knack piddywhack, give a dog a bone. Some of y'all, the reason why you go through what you go through is because you're bigger than what you think. You're bigger than what you want to acknowledge that you are. You somebody to God, but you keep trying to walk around being in the shadows trying to be a nobody. That's your problem. Some of y'all, the pain in your life come from people who thinking too small. And it's because they only think about themselves. When God hit me this year, y'all, I kept saying, man, maybe I didn't live low enough. God said, you didn't go big enough. You tried to play it cool. You're a farmer. The farm wasn't big enough. It was enough for you, but you actually didn't feed enough people. It's the problem. You want to know why you ran out? Why? It wasn't enough. You was a 100,000 there, but living in survival mode. I'm gonna do just enough. I'm gonna get just enough. I'm gonna live at just enough. I said the problem was it wasn't big enough. I broke up the band because you were settling. You finna settle. You time to retire. I seen you. Ooh, let me put these people in position. God said, nope, go back to playing quarterback. Because ain't nobody told you to try to Bill Belichick this thing. You trying to bless your people, I need you to bless my people. You trying to make millions of dollars, I'm trying to get you to impact millions of people. I ain't never prophesied you know millions anyway until you get a billions mindset. How can you impact a billion people? Forget the dollar sign. I'll do the math. The day you think that's too big, you are in disobedience. You out of alignment. You're out of alignment, son. So what you thought would go happen? That's what some of y'all are at. You out of you, and I'm not talking about dreaming bigger. Because some of y'all want to dream big and chase that. You can't do that in survival mode. I'm talking about manifesting bigger. Some of y'all don't need a bigger dream. You need bigger manifestation. You need a bigger work ethic. You need bigger belief, meaning your motion is different. Okay. All right. We got to go to part two. Okay. So that's the first part. I know somebody like, God, that's part one. That's part one. That's part one. Now, in this, the thing we cannot be ashamed of is that there are some areas you got to fix in your life. Let me tell y'all something. As bold and as great as I am, that is a tool. I got some jacked up areas in my life. Now, listen, although, if you gonna be the person to tell me that, you better get ready because I'm gonna fight you. But that don't mean you ain't right. But also, it's because I'm sensitive about my stuff. And I really only like listening to people who believe in me. Right. The Lord's still working on us. But he ain't told us to be perfect in that way anyway. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it just hurt. And I get it. Okay. So that is our foundation. So pain, challenge, conflict will test your foundation. So there is no shame in going through a test. There are some people who believe that if something got to be tested, it ain't real. The devil is a lie. Because before they could call Ford, be built Ford tough, they had to drop it out the sky. They had to flip it over. They had to hit it with a train. You need to know everything that's going to go wrong with it. Maybe, just maybe, y'all, God is allowing your weaknesses to cause pain in your life to see if you are really prepared for the biggest stage He gonna put you on. That's all I'm saying. Maybe God is using your weaknesses to create pains in your life to see if you gonna be ready for the biggest stage He gonna put you on. So can you be tested? We keep wanting to have shame. The Bible said tribulation work of patience, patience work of experience, experience work of hope, and hope makes us not ashamed. So I go through pains in my foundation. All September, I went through pains in my foundation. And God told me the problem ain't your hope. I do want you to have more hope. I do want you to have more faith. But you got to prove to yourself that you can make your hope tangible. And I'm going to tell y'all something. You're not going to do that being negative. You're not going to do that beating up on yourself. Some of us grew up in a place, this is Mississippi. Some of us grew up in a place, I'll tell y'all right now, this is going to be very vulnerable. The one reason I hate going back to Mississippi is because I know most of the people in Mississippi believe that you got to look at the thing negatively to get a positive result. Now, it's not that that's not true, is that it's only partially true. Because all the niggas, excuse me, that I know that looks at it deeply negative, the niggas are in survival mode. I don't get it twisted. I got a bad relationship with looking at things negatively. So what I told myself is, I'm gonna be the person that figure out how to have both. I'm gonna be the person that's able to look at what I did wrong, what I need to tangibly fix, but also I'm gonna be the one walking out of here with the most hope and the most manifestation. Because God has never said that you are darkness. He told us that we are the light. So when we forget, who takes a light and hides it under a bushel? Some people who don't make no mistakes that's going to hell. You want to know why? Because you was afraid to be challenged. Me, on the other hand, I may lose everything I got to my name. But the one thing I'm going to do that you're going to be able to say about me is, I went to find out how bad it could get. Why? Because I believe that much in my life. I'm going to die believing. I was built for darkness. They didn't want to feed me as a kid. You get what I'm saying? I love my mama. My mama had barely ever told me she was proud of me. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Every relationship in my life, I have had struggles with. Most of my life, people have told me what I did wrong and not what I did right. I am not the most supported person in the world. You get what I'm saying? But get what? Get what? That's okay. That's the type of victory mindset you got to have. Now, guess what? Some of these things I cause on myself now. Some of these things I cause on myself. But get what? If my pain got me in the situation, my passion can get me out of it. And that's all I'm trying to tell y'all. And I know this when I tell y'all I'm going through this in my life right now. I'm going through this in my life right now. But I want to let y'all know, nobody got to believe in you for it to change. It's only a test. And how you know is if you value your life, sometimes you got to wake up and say, if God meant for this to end me, he would have made sure I died already. And my own child told me that. I cried, y'all, one day. I was driving and I was beating myself up. How could you make this mistake? How could you not do this? And I really couldn't figure out where I went wrong. And God had already sent some people to tell me that you did some stuff wrong, but you did what you was already going to do. So you kind of can't be mad at yourself. We're going to get the foundation. I'm just helping y'all. He was like, you kind of can't be mad at yourself. Why? When you go do that anyway, yeah. So you're doing the things that you know to do. Let me help y'all real quick. When you do wrong, God is not convicting you for the things that you didn't know how to do right. He reveals these things to you in a pain situation so that you can seek out righteousness. Come on, somebody. He reveals to you, once again, he creates situations from your pains to reveal to you this was wrong so you can seek out righteousness, not so you can keep confronting yourself that you're wrong about it. That's disrespectful. That's a waste of his time. That's like going to God every day telling him we got a problem. Oh, we got this problem. We got this problem. We got this problem. He's like, I know that already. Do that before you acknowledged it. You had this problem when this problem didn't even bring a challenge up. I already knew you couldn't do this. I already knew you didn't know how to do that. That's why I brought it up. Now, which one you gonna do? You gonna cry about it or you gonna make something shake? You already know faith without works is dead. So speak faith, make moves, go to work. And if you die with it, whoop-de-doo. Because you don't go to hell for what's wrong with you. You go to hell because you don't believe that Jesus died for what's wrong with you. Come on, somebody. I don't even know how I got to preaching to y'all like this. It ain't about you being perfect. Stop doing that. Y'all always trying to fix what's wrong. Do y'all know some of the stuff that's wrong in your life you never go fix? You're going to die with it. That is not what he's trying to reveal to you. He's trying to reveal to you the faith to still believe in him, even though you got these things wrong with you. Do you still believe when I show you that you bad with money? Do you still believe when I show you that you're a little lazy? Do you still believe when I show you that you may not be the best parent? Do you still believe when I show you you may not be the best spouse? Can I trust you to not be perfect? Because that's God. God ain't never had it perfect. I got a bunch of problems. He done had problem after problem. He done had to flood the earth. He done had to send his son to die. The man got problem after problem. He still wake up every day and be God. He trying to see if you can be like him. Shame on us if we wake up and still don't give him glory. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praises shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make a boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Magnify the Lord with me. What is that? Listen, no matter what. So what if there's something wrong with it? Get what? What? God's still good. And he's still good to you. Why? Not because of only what he has done, but guess what? What you ain't done what yet. Which one you think you go do at the end? Which conversation do you want to have? Man, I never did I never did lose that weight. Now that it's over, what you tripping on? I'm pretty sure I impacted 2 million souls. Okay, well, what you tripping on? I really felt like I could have got to 10. But yeah, I had bad health. So I messed around, heart attack. I had a good 10 years left in me though. I ain't get to 8 million. That's the conversation I want to have. Man, well, I did mess this up in my life. What that caused? I probably would have been happier. And with that happiness, I probably would have did what God told me to do a couple more days more than I did. That's how I want you to see it. But if every day you don't impact nobody, you the fig tree. I'm gonna make this point. I'm gonna move on. Make it your goal to not be the fig tree, because the fig tree probably had a hold on. Some of y'all don't know Bible, but Jesus walked up to a fig tree and it didn't have no figs ready on it. He cursed it. Somebody say, why did he curse the tree and it died? Because something that's supposed to produce should be producing. Somebody say, how you know we were meant to produce? If you put two of us together and we start emotionally connected, we make more people. Two people can make a lot of people. I done seen it. Not only can God impact me, but he can impact me from a closet, from somebody who got fired. He put me in a closet. I built a business, built influence, built multiple brands, and now I'm in here impacting 72 other people. You was meant to multiply, y'all. You're not losing when you got something you need to work on. And I do want you to work on it. We're finna get to that part. You're losing when you fail to impact, no matter what the problem was. Because who are you to say your problem was bigger than God's problem? God ain't never stopped being God because he had a problem. Jesus never stopped being Jesus because he had a problem. That's when your miracles show up, y'all. You're not meant to be perfect. You're meant to be helped. So I know you got stuff wrong. I got stuff wrong with me. I got things I don't listen. Come on, somebody. Guess what? What? Do you still believe? And is you still gonna work that purpose? Because guess what? What? It was placed there on purpose. It's a part of your flesh. It's part of your life. Now let me help you right here. Foundation, right? On your purpose life audit, the foundation piece, there's 4 places through October, y'all, I want us to work through. 4 places. Okay. This about you, I would say, and nobody else, but it's about you and how you impact people. Don't worry about these folks' job to you. Worry about your job to them. This your spouse and your kids included, because you can only do the best job that you can do. And if you worry about other people, all you gonna do is just get afraid and not do it. And remember, what God don't like is if you don't impact people. So if there's some things you got to fix to impact people, that's just a part of the job. Okay. So in your foundation, okay, there's 4 pieces to your foundation that we're going to set: faith, family, fitness, and finance. Now I'm gonna break these down and how God has been giving me this download, right? And then we're gonna go to the chart. We'll take some questions. We're gonna wrap up from there because we're gonna fold into next week. We're gonna talk a little bit about how you turn this into your business too. Listen, faith, number 1, is faith. Because you gotta believe. The less you believe, the more up a creek without a paddle that you are. Because even your demons and your devils believe. Even your problems believe. Do you understand me? So don't be the person caught with no belief. That's real good right there. That should hit some of y'all. Your problems believe. Your issues believe. So don't you be the person, the only person out there with no faith. No faith, no hope. No hope, you might as well go sell dope. Because everything about to go wrong. Okay? So faith is faith. Okay? Faith is you need to make sure you believe. Do I believe? And I need to work on that belief. I need to find the dark areas of my belief. And I need to sow into those areas. Okay? So maybe your challenge is believing in something in the other 3. You need to take your faith with you into them. Your second one is your family. Y'all, your family is your first ministry. Okay? Now, I'm more talking about your immediate family, but no matter what, you have people who are connected to you. Let me tell y'all something. I have dealt with this my whole life, and God has reminded me of this time and time again. It's not how them people treat you, which is a part of it, but it's not 100% about how them people treat you. It is about how you treat other people. That's why he said, treat people how you want to be treated, because that's the only thing you gonna know. That's the only thing you know. And you ain't gonna always get everything right for people. Let me liberate y'all of something, because I have this problem in my life too. You got some people that you want to make happy, and I just want to let you know that is not your job. Your job is to be a participant. But some of y'all, you taking ownership of too many other people's relationship. You taking ownership of too much of the relationship. You're not leaving no room for God. You trying to make people happy who ain't happy with themselves. You trying to make people happy who got an issue with God. You trying to make people happy who got an issue with the world. Play your part. Stop taking on too much. Now, this is a real strong line because I do want you to put effort. You do got to learn in your relationships. I got to learn in my relationship with my wife. I got to learn in my relationship with my kids because I can't just be doing what I want to do. I have to do things that they want to do. Throughout this year, I realized my survival syndrome, come on, somebody, stole freedom from me. So my trying to be too much of a provider, my trying to be too much of a protector, stole from me. My kid been telling me he want to play soccer since the beginning of the year. I went and played soccer with him one time. All that money. And you want to know what I did? What? Because I was in survival mode. I was so afraid to lose it. All the time that I had that I could play soccer with him, get what I did? I worked it. My youngest boy, he's into pets, right? My survival mode stole from me time to go take him to see pets. And then we want to move. I had a lot of things change the last few months, so which hesitated to move. You get what I'm saying? Guess what? He's at that age where I want to get him a dog. I can't get him one here. Don't really have the space. And I don't want to raise one only in the house. I want an inside and outside dog. I want to be able to take that dog outside. But anyway, point being to it, right? I ain't did it. Things on the list that my wife wanted to do, right? We did things together that we like. We did things that I'm into. But throughout this year, I didn't give her the things that she wanted most. What did I do with that? What did I do with that money? What did I do with that time? I worked it. I invested it. I did all the stuff they tell y'all to do on the internet about your business. All that stuff they telling y'all to do, I did all that. All that. When you do that stuff without the strongest sense of purpose that you need to have, you're going to lose more than you gain. So keep going over there. I know where you be at. Hell, I coached them too. Keep going over there. You go find out what I don't even like about them. You go find out stuff I told them stop doing. Hey, man, you might not want to do that. All right. They did it anyway. You got to have your own will, your own desires. You got to be careful. You cannot do this thing without family, without making sure that you walk in the best possible place you can with who, with what? Your family. It ain't got to be everything. It ain't got to be perfect. And it's going to hurt a little bit. Because sometimes them people ain't doing what you want them to do. You got to accept that's a relationship. The only thing you can do is what? Make it better. So with your people, all I'm telling you with family, find where you can work on it. I ain't talking about making it perfect. Stop setting, this is something I thought to myself. Stop setting goals with your family. Start making moments. Okay? Stop setting goals. Just make moments with them. Because you don't know what tomorrow holds, not only for you, but for them. Just give it effort. That's all you can do. Them folk might not even like it, but just make some moments anyway. Just make them anyway. Best you can. Something I keep reminding myself of, them, they might didn't like it. But get what? I did what I knew to do. And now what? Now that I know better, Benji, close those blinds for me. Now that I know better, what? I can put better effort forward. And this way you got to remember your story. And you got to remember this for yourself because maybe everybody else may not remember this. Even if you only a day better in the last 10 years, you got better. You got better. And sometimes you have to remind yourself of that. When I was working in that closet, my kids were going to school up the street. The last year that they walked to school, they complained almost every day that they had to walk to school. I pushed myself, wrecked the car, situation where God creates a situation, right? My wife had just got a new car. We wrecked our old car. God pushed me to get that new car, and I did. A lot of y'all were here when I did that. If I look at this year and these struggles now, and I forget that I gave my kids something that they wanted, and I was cool with the walking because it was my workout, but they wanted. Now we want to be picked up. I was able to do that. When you this, and this is why you got to remember, because everybody may not remember. It's your story. When you discount the impact you've made on your kid's life, going to AVA therapy with my kids is moments that I will never forget. Also, you got to understand, y'all, you are fighting generations worth of stuff. So while you beating yourself up, understand you fight. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not the best husband or dad, but you know what I told myself to pick myself up out of my rut from Sunday? I said, nigga, I'm sorry, you didn't even have a daddy. See your kids every day. Now, unless you settling, because once again, that's what we can't do. You got to acknowledge what you did and use that as script to do better. And this is why y'all got to fight against your negativity, because the villain go come steal the story and say, you ain't no good daddy. Your villain go come steal the story and say, you ain't no better than your mama. And some of y'all women, y'all need to get it right because you're in competition with your mama. Let it go. I'm just trying to be better than my mama was. Let it go. Let that go. I been got out of competition with my daddy, because when I was in competition with my daddy, I was trying too hard. And I realized my kids like me. I used to cry about my youngest boy because he looked so much like me. He act like me. He loud like me. He animated like me. Now in 2026, I want to figure out how to help him be that. What spaces can I put him in to help him be that? Guess what? If you're negative about it, you're not finna have no encouragement to go do it. Do y'all understand me? So faith, family, you need to put your faith what? In your family, but make it tangible. Might be hard, but we're going to do it together. We're going to encourage each other. Okay? Listen, fitness. Y'all, some of the places you can't go in your life because your body won't be able to handle it. When your body hits you with what's wrong, let me tell y'all something. Your body hits you with what's wrong out of nowhere. Some of y'all done been through it. I done been hit with my body out of nowhere. So stop thinking it go creep up on you. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Stop thinking it's gonna creep up on you. Stop thinking it's gonna keep showing itself. That's a blessing. Folks have strokes, heart attacks, all that stuff out of nowhere. Listen, if you are going to go where you are going, your body has to be a part of it. And the number one thing to that is the Bible said that our bodies is temples. We gotta grow a better relationship with our body. This is even, let me tell you something, and your mind is affected by your body. This stuff we eat, I don't feel good in the morning when I eat poorly late. Once again, let the perfection go. Start walking every morning and get you a gallon of water. Start with walking water. That's what I did. I started with walking water. This gym journey, this fitness journey that I'm on now, I just got to that part. But once again, what's your resume? So you can't keep saying to yourself, or hang around people who telling you it ain't never got no better. The devil is a lie. Because I used to drink 2-3 sodas a day, a Sprite here, a Sprite there, bottles and cans, all on the floor of my Ford Fusion. You get better, y'all. We be lying because we mad at ourselves. I'm mad at each other. You lying that you ain't got no better. Stop lying to yourself. Oh, I think I ain't gonna never do. Shut up. Like my boy told me in the back seat that day, I cried so bad in the car that day. I don't know what he was going through. God got speaking through that boy. That boy said if God wanted to kill you, he would have killed you in that wreck last year. I don't even know if he could see it. Man, I broke out right there. Drive. He said if God wanted to kill you, he would have killed you in that wreck last year. I'm sitting up there thinking, because I'm thinking before he get in the car, man, I don't know what I did wrong. I'm in the hole. You get what I'm saying? I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm trying to fix this in my life. I'm trying to fix that. Man, where did I go wrong? How I couldn't focus. Man, I thought I had more time to fix this. That boy said, man, if God wanted to kill you, he would have killed you last year. Some of y'all, you don't like yourself. And I know what that's like because guess what? When I used to think like that about myself all the time, it's because I ain't like myself. Now, 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 shoot, shoot. It's easier to remind myself of what God has did in my life. You wanna know why? Because I like me. So I don't keep looking at me as some filthy rag who can't get it right. No matter what my mama told me, no matter what them folk told me. Y'all understand? You got to get your body right though. You got to start. I'm not telling you you got to go out here and look like Monica Lewinsky. I don't even know what Monica Lewinsky got about. You ain't got to go out here and look like fitness influencers. Turn the TV off. You got to get healthier. Stop, girl. I'm trying to be fine by the summer. That's your problem. It's your problem. Some of our problems is the goal, y'all. Cause your goal so crazy. Your goal, y'all, some of y'all get to talking goals, just like how some of y'all be talking about some, just like how some of y'all be talking about some, I want to be a millionaire in the next 80 days. Did you have your cotton picking mind? Then because you've been watching TikTok reality TV, the real housewives of digital marketing, you talking about some it can be done. So can pigs fly in AI. And y'all be telling my son, I want to go where they believe in that. They become a millionaire. You want to know how? Why? Reselling you a dream? You ain't learned nothing over there yet. Then come over here and you halfway can't pay me because you don't went over there and been kicking your heels together on the Yellow Brick Road digital course. Ain't nobody saying it ain't gonna happen. But we saying let's add the numbers up. Now you can go further than what you thought. You can go further. You're gonna go further than what you think. Y'all know how many people in here who work with me who were like, hey, I did go further than what I think. I did do more than what I thought I was gonna do. But I will be honest with you. Only a few of them people, three of y'all, have that turned into $1 million. Right? Can we grow first? And get it twisted. You can make some money, but most of y'all, when I tell you the stuff to do to make the money, you discount that and go back to dreaming. So anyway, I don't know how we got there from fitness, but yo, have a goal, have a goal to do the work. Beginning of the year, what was our slogan in Beat Life, y'all? Focus on the work, not the goal. Why? Because the work make the goal happen. So how about we see if we can show up and see how much money that version of showing up makes us. Then when I see you show up, I say, hey, you could show up, you could change this one thing. Oh, yeah, I ain't thinking that, coach. You changed that one thing. Coach, it got better. I know it did. Let's keep doing that. That's called measurable success. Y'all understand? It gotta make sense. If it don't make sense, it's just gonna be harder. And the disappointment is gonna be steeper. Because you'll make $100,000 and say, man, yeah, it ain't a million though. Y'all don't look at Nancy's purple plat that say $1 million and say, man, my little plat don't mean nothing. Who are you talking to? And I went live for like twice a day for like 13. But man, what was that like 3 weeks straight, y'all? To boost myself to get that plat. But listen, what you talking about? I had a mentorship with 80-some people in it to get that. But you listen. If I want that bad boy to be purple, I might paint it purple. Listen. May not even be we staying long enough to get the purple one. It's okay. She got the purple one. I got that. I'm not finna discount my stuff because of what somebody else got. I don't go looking at other people's bodies, talking about some, what's wrong with mine? What's wrong with it? First of all, now I do got a little bit of I do got some messed up insulin and sugar intake. Now listen, but putting abs on ain't gonna change it. I need to go work what I got. And sure, you got them abs, I'm bow-legged. You know what I'm saying? And what it is. You know, y'all gotta stop. Come on, over here under construction. Listen, and you never get to the abs. This don't formulate the abs anyway. It makes an outline. At least that's how it was when I was coming up. I ain't never got them squares in there. So I'm not finna beat myself up because it ain't, listen, to my 6-pack. Listen, it's a 2-liter. It's better for the party. What you talking about? I'm trying to feel better before I can listen to my looking better. I already look good. I'm trying to live longer. You know what you talking about? So our bodies, y'all, that's the fitness part. We got to put some fitness into it. You want to feel better. You want to think better. My wife in like 2019 started like implementing me in her health journey. You get what I'm saying? I wish I would have. I took to it, but sometimes I wish I would have stuck to what she had us on. She used to make me a smoothie every day before I went to work. When I tell y'all my brain was kicking on a different level, and she used to make my lunch, and it used to be salmon and quinoa, these little pellets that was like replacement for rice. Man, let me tell you something. I told her one day, I said my brain was, hey, y'all seen the movie Lucy? Where she took that Limitless, where he was taking them pills and he was working. That's probably why I was selling all them phones. And man, let me tell you, she said them grains. Man, it looked like pellets. Man, that stuff didn't have no taste to it. I said, man, I got so tired of eating quinoa and salmon. But when I tell you, listen, I was on a whole nother level. My brain started clearing up from eating all that Taco Bell and carrying on. Shoot, man. God is good. I said, man, I should have stuck with that. I was frustrated though. I don't know. When you get on healthy food, make sure you can fight. Cause I don't know why, but I could yell. Hey, my poor employees, it'd be like you detoxing from all them preservatives. We want to fight, yeah. Go to my what's wrong with you? Your mama. Your sales. What you lost, my mind? I gotta wrap this up, y'all. I gotta wrap this up. Faith, family, fitness. Last is finance. We all gotta be in there together. Listen, this is our mindset on finances, right? We gotta find a way to take this to the next level. It's not about how much you make, it's what you do with it, it's how you diversify it. You need to find your root cause of your finances. Me, I think in too big of pots. I always think to make enough money to pay the bill in whole, but that's my survival mindset. That's what I got to break. Y'all get what I'm saying? I need to diversify. You get what I'm saying? You using an app like Rocket or Sequence that splits it up. If you got your money, like B teaches 7 money pots and things like that, you got to, you got it really, a lot of us, it's the system. Like me, I have the mindset towards it, but I get so busy, I don't have the systems. So I discount. I'm a person, I'm bad with processes. I'm a great starter. I'm a horrible finisher. You get what I'm saying? I'm a great starter. I'm a horrible finisher. So I need systems in my life to help me finish and help me get all the benefits. That makes sense? Sometimes, y'all, we don't be getting the benefits because we just don't have the system that finishes it. And your frustration is not going to make it better, y'all. So it don't matter how much you argue with your family, with your spouse, with whatever, or with yourself, until you put the system in place, it ain't going to get better. So you got to make sure you have a system, okay? I've been implementing a little bit better of a system here lately. Get what? And get what? In a few, and also, let me tell y'all something. I had forgot I wasn't paying my tithes. But I wasn't paying my tithe because for 3 months, the whole Q3, I wasn't in church. So one of the things I implemented instantly back in my system was I went back to paying my doggone tithe. The moment I withdraw, I go pay them tithe. And if I do it at the end of the week, which is how I used to have it, which I need to go back to, guess what I do? At the end of the week, I log in. Luckily, we have an online portal with my church. Go pay them tithes. Because I know better. You get what I'm saying? That's a foundation for me. Okay? So we need financial systems. And those of y'all that work in the financial area, we need to support y'all more because we need to hear y'all more. We need to hear y'all more. We need to lean into y'all. Because what we also got to understand, y'all, is we live in a different economy. And we live in not only just what you're paying for, but your desires. Your desires take up a good bit of your money, y'all. Okay, investing in yourself, carrying on. It will take up it'll move some money. Okay. I just want to show y'all this real quick and we're going to wrap up. Listen, purpose life audit. So this is how the guide works. I'm not going to go through all the bullet points of this. Remember, file, make copy. Or if you're on your phone, share and export, make copy. You have the text version of this if you're in a position where you can't talk to your chat. All right, here, you have the voice prompts that you can read to it. You want to give it the 4 points of your story. Okay. So you're going to go through your pain, your passion, all of that. Part 2, faith, family, fitness, finance. Okay. Now, your report may look slightly different than mine's, but I will show you how mine's came out. So right here, it tells me my story payment. It tells me about my story, growing up in Mississippi, learning to hustle early and build relationships, moving into the wireless, dominating the corporate environment, training hundreds of stores and thousands of employees, pivoting into coaching digital products, creating Business Pro University, Beat Life, and helping monetize, building a family, and integrating your faith and values. What I like about when you see your story, you will stop destroying your life. One of the things we do wrong in our head, y'all, we like to destroy our life in our head because we always think in doomsday. Stop doing that. Okay. I also want y'all to journal every week. I want y'all to journal. I sent you a message, Patrice. First, the old group is old, but I'll talk about that in the end. Talent. Right here, in your talent, it does the same thing. Now, each of these are going to break down a prompt that you can write, okay? So what's something I do easily to others? So it's going to have spaces where you can write in here. Now, once you get to part 2, what I like is going to give you things to do, action steps you can take. So for me, it told me to block off one evening a week for no work night. Start a small ritual with each child. Keep a running family wins list. Okay. So like me and Benji, we got this thing where I give him $10 for every test that he for all of his tests that he achieved. Something I did with Benji today was I talked to his teacher, who was really impressed because last night, or was it Sunday night? No, last night, me and him read his book. I gotta tell his mama this too. Me and him read his book, and we both found the book really interesting. Now we was behind, and I did feel bad about being behind. But instead of pouting about it, I got my butt up and I went in there and I encouraged, like, okay, we behind on your work, but let's start now. His teacher said that she was so impressed because he presented so well, he knew the book, all of that. So I was able to acknowledge, which was something my wife helped me see. I was able to acknowledge through pain that, hey man, I need to make more time to be a help to her and with them with their homework, dive into it with him. You get what I'm saying? So I know in his new book, it's about animals, and he can choose which animal he want to study and stuff like that. But now that time I took out that Sunday night, I mean that Monday night, helped him do better. That's a moment. That's a win. Don't be more passionate about your downfalls than you is about your wins. That's disrespectful to God. When he do let you do something, you oh, that's especially that if you like that's just what I was supposed to do, y'all gotta break that spirit because God rewards you for what you're supposed to do. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be no heaven. You do not get no. If anything, you kind of don't get a reward for the miraculous stuff that he do. Is really you follow the plan. The Bible said Enoch didn't even have to see death, and we don't know no amazing stories about Enoch. Say, God, no, what about Moses? That guy that just boy led him through the goddamn wilderness and split the Red Sea. Obedience better than sacrifice. So y'all got to make sure, like you do that. Like with Benji, I need to talk to him about that tonight. I need to highlight that with him because he did a good job. You get what I'm saying? So his teacher told me she was impressed. I need to tell mom. I need to tell him. That's making that time for that. You get what I'm saying? And then y'all, just because you're not good at this the stuff we need to be holding each other accountable for. So share this with your not with everybody, but share this with your accountability partner. How you doing with improving with them kids? Somebody can Dean, Mondays, Dean, hit me with a message. Hey, make sure you go read with your boy. Be denying the help. Get the help. Hell, I need help. No, folk be talking about. All right, Faith, it gave me some stuff to do. 10 minutes each morning of scripture and reflection. Journal one thing you did. I do got to start my journal. Serve or mentor once a month in a way that isn't tied to business. I do got to do this. I do this for business, but I do got to do this. I need to go serve. And listen, make you a list and go accomplish these things. This is, I need to sit down and do my youth stuff so I can go serve the youth at my church. Uh, and then sometimes y'all, you'll do something a small way. So let's celebrate a small win. Because today I gave a burrito to a homeless lady. Now, I know I can do more, but I'm still going to celebrate. That's a small start. You get what I'm saying? That's a small start. Because there wasn't no benefit in that. But will my recording also be on YouTube? This one is, yeah. How will your faith influence you in that's the journal prompt. Fitness, same way. I do my 3 workouts. I do got to get my gallon jug, and I do got to do more walking and stretching, like when I'm doing calls and do my daily stuff to kind of keep it up. Finances, it gave me some stuff. Create a rent fund and a security fund. Pay yourself first, even if it's small. Set a small automatic transfer, even if it's $25 a week to the savings account. Schedule 30-minute weekly money meetings and stuff like that. Okay. Then it give you some final reflection and you can have some goals. All right. So listen. Okay. Because I'm almost at 9 o'clock, meaning I'm almost at 10 o'clock on the East Coast side. So we can stop these. Okay.